In today's gospel, Jesus gives us the two top commandments. Love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Today I want to focus on the first of those commandments. Love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. So notice that Jesus doesn't just say love God generically in some abstract way. He gives us three separate and distinct ways in which we love God. Love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind. And all three of these things mean something different and distinct. So what does it mean to love God with all your heart? Well, that means to love God with all of our emotions, all of our feelings, the very human part of us. God created our feelings. He created our passions and emotions, and He desires that we serve Him and love Him with that part of us. What does it mean to love God with all of our soul? Well, it means to will to love God with all of our will. So, for example, choosing with our will, choosing to stay in a moment of prayer even when we don't want to be there. Even when the very human part of us, the heart part of us doesn't want to be there, choosing to remain in a time of prayer. Third, loving God with all of our minds. And this is what I want to focus on today. What does it mean to love God with your mind? Well, it means that we seek to know God. I forget which saint it was who said this, but it goes like this. You cannot love that which you do not know. And so we cannot love God as we ought if we don't even want to know who He is. So here's a suggestion for today, and maybe for the upcoming week. I'm not sure what your prayer routine includes, but maybe for today or this upcoming week, how about reading a passage from the Catechism prayerfully, or studying it, or watching a theological video on YouTube, or listening to a podcast, a Catholic podcast, something to stimulate the mind, because our faith is not a bunch of fairy tales. Our faith is grounded in reason. So let's do what we can today and maybe this week to seek to love God with all of our minds.